Imagine being at the peak of your powers, unstoppable in two of the most grueling sports on earth. You are the embodiment of athleticism, a rare phenomenon who shatters expectations. Bo Jackson was not just a player, he was a force of nature. In the world of football and baseball, he wasn't merely good, he was extraordinary. In fact, he was the first person in history to make an impact on both arenas in ways that no one thought possible. Fans marveled at his raw speed, his incredible strength, and the sheer joy he brought to the game. He was the man who seemed destined to rewrite the record books. But what if all of that could be taken away in an instant? What if one moment, one twist of fate, could destroy everything you worked for and change the course of your life forever? Bo Jackson's story, one of greatness and glory, has a tragic twist. A single heartbreaking injury stole not only his prime, but the promise of a career unlike any other. What could have been will forever remain a mystery. The rise of Bo Jackson, the ultimate athlete. Bo Jackson's journey to legendary status began long before he stepped onto the professional stage, starting with a childhood defined by talent, determination, and an undeniable passion for sports. Growing up in Bessemer, Alabama, Bo was always a standout athlete, but it was during his time at Auburn University that his potential truly began to shine. At Auburn, Jackson didn't just play, he dominated. On the football field, he was a force of nature, known for his breakaway speed, strength, and unmatched ability to evade tackles. Off the field, his abilities on the baseball diamond were equally captivating. He was the kind of athlete who made sports fans pause and think, how is one person this good at both? It wasn't long before the professional world took notice of Bo's once-in-a-lifetime talent. In 1986, Bo Jackson was selected by the Kansas City Royals in the MLB draft, an exciting opportunity for him to pursue his love for baseball. But that wasn't all. That same year, he was also drafted by the Los Angeles Raiders in the NFL draft, setting the stage for a dual-sport career that had never been seen before. The world now had its eyes on Bo Jackson, the man who was about to become a pioneer in two major leagues. Despite being a rookie in both sports, Bo's natural talent was evident from the start. In football, he played running back for the Raiders, quickly earning a reputation as one of the hardest-hitting and fastest players in the league. In baseball, he brought the same energy to the diamond, showcasing a powerful arm and the kind of speed that made him a nightmare for opposing teams. Bo Jackson's unique ability to thrive at the highest levels of both football and baseball earned him a place in the hearts of fans across the country. His image as the ultimate athlete began to take shape, an iconic figure who seemed capable of doing it all. As his career took off, fans eagerly tuned in to watch his every move. Whether it was a 90-yard touchdown run in football or a jaw-dropping home run in baseball, Bo was the personification of a dual-sport legend, a living, breathing example of what it meant to be the best of both worlds. The excitement surrounding him was palpable. His unprecedented success in two major sports made him a household name. And more importantly, it made him a symbol of human potential, a true testament to what could be achieved through raw talent and relentless drive. Bo Jackson wasn't just an athlete, he was a phenomenon. He was a living legend in the making, a figure whose career seemed destined to reach even greater heights. But little did the world know, the greatest chapter of his career was about to be cut tragically short. The dual sport phenomenon. Bo Jackson's unmatched legacy, a force on the field and diamond. Bo Jackson's time in both the NFL and MLB wasn't just a fleeting moment of greatness. It was an era that changed the way fans viewed the limits of athletic potential. As one of the most dominant athletes in both football and baseball, Bo became a living, breathing symbol of what was possible when unparalleled talent met dedication and hard work. In football, Bo's performances were nothing short of electrifying. One of the most iconic moments in NFL history occurred during a 1989 game when Bo Jackson took a handoff from quarterback Jay Schroeder and turned it into a 90-yard touchdown run. It wasn't just the length of the run that made it legendary. It was the sheer power, speed, and grace with which Bo navigated the field. His ability to break tackles, outrun defenders, and power through obstacles made him a unique force in the NFL. To this day, that run remains one of the most talked about plays in NFL history, a testament to his rare ability to dominate in the sport. But Bo's impact wasn't confined to football. In baseball, his achievements were just as stunning. On July 29, 1989, Bo Jackson launched a home run that sent shockwaves through the baseball world, a 475-foot shot against the New York Yankees. This iconic moment wasn't just about the distance of the home run, it was the sheer force behind it, something that was virtually unmatched by anyone else. Bo didn't just hit home runs, he hit them with such power that the ball seemed to defy gravity. His performances on the field were equally jaw-dropping, with his speed and agility in the outfield earning him a reputation as one of the most exciting players to watch. The symbol of athletic greatness, Bo Jackson didn't just play two sports, he redefined what it meant to be an athlete. His ability to seamlessly transition between football and baseball was nothing short of miraculous, and it wasn't lost on the media or fans. He became a symbol of athletic greatness, not only because of his talent, but because of the sheer audacity of what he was attempting to do. In an era when athletes were often forced to choose between one sport or the other, Bo shattered those expectations. He made both the NFL and MLB look easy, and the media couldn't get enough of his dual-sport journey. As a two-sport star, Bo became a cultural icon. His image graced the covers of sports magazines, and his commercials for Nike made him one of the most marketable athletes in history. Fans were in awe of his ability to excel in two completely different sports, and it seemed like there was no challenge Bo couldn't conquer. His fame wasn't just confined to the United States. He became a global sensation, admired by fans from every corner of the world. But perhaps the most remarkable part of Bo's dual-sport career was the way he made it look effortless. He didn't just participate in two sports, he dominated them. His remarkable feats in both football and baseball helped him carve out a lasting legacy that continues to influence athletes today. Bo Jackson's legacy, built on his unparalleled achievements, continues to be a source of inspiration for those who dare to dream of achieving greatness in multiple arenas. A true legend, Bo Jackson wasn't just a player who excelled in two sports. He became a living legend. He defied the expectations of what athletes were capable of and set a standard for future generations of dual-sport stars. His dominance in both the NFL and MLB not only redefined athleticism, but also left an indelible mark on the history of both sports. For years to come, Bo Jackson would be remembered not just for his amazing feats on the field, but for proving that limits, especially those placed on athletes, were meant to be shattered. The injury that changed everything. Bo Jackson's tragic end, the fateful playoff game. It was January 13, 1991, a day that seemed like any other for Bo Jackson. His career was soaring, and fans were bracing for another incredible performance. The Los Angeles Raiders were up against the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC playoffs, a game that would ultimately mark the end of Bo Jackson's career, though none of the spectators or players knew it at the time. In the first quarter of the game, with the Raiders leading 7-0, Bo, as usual, was showing why he was considered one of the most dominant athletes to ever play football. But on this particular play, something went terribly wrong. Bo, running toward the sideline, was met by Bengals linebacker Kevin Walker. As Bo attempted to cut to the outside, the unthinkable happened. His right hip dislocated and snapped. The force of the collision caused Bo's hip to be dislocated so severely that it not only damaged the joint, but also tore the blood vessels around the bone, cutting off circulation to the hip. The moment was surreal. Bo's face contorted in pain, and the severity of the injury was immediately evident. The crowd fell silent as Bo lay on the field in agony, unable to move. The injury at first seemed to be just another painful but temporary setback. After all, this was Bo Jackson, an athlete who had defied logic time and again with his athleticism and resilience. But what happened next would change everything. The diagnosis and immediate aftermath. The injury, as it turned out, was far worse than anyone could have imagined. After being rushed to the hospital, Bo was diagnosed with a severely dislocated hip, with substantial damage to the surrounding ligaments and blood vessels. Doctors feared that the injury could lead to permanent damage to the joint and even threaten his ability to walk. As the days passed, it became clear that the road to recovery would be long, uncertain, and painful. The road back to football, something that seemed so inevitable for Bo, was now shrouded in doubt. Bo underwent immediate surgery to repair the dislocated hip, a procedure that would give him a slim chance of returning to the field. The surgery was successful, but the damage was done. The likelihood of Bo ever playing again, let alone excelling, was slim. As he worked through rehab, it became clear that his career would never be the same. His injury didn't just end his football career, it ended his baseball career as well. Bo was playing for the Chicago White Sox at the time of the injury, and his hopes of continuing to play baseball were dashed as well. His dream of being a two-sport star had been brought to an unexpected and tragic halt. Doctors informed him that the injury was so severe that it would be virtually impossible for him to return to either sport at a professional level. The end of an era. Bo Jackson's career was officially over before he had even reached his prime. After a brief comeback attempt in baseball with the White Sox, Bo retired from both the NFL and MLB. The injury not only changed his life, it changed the way people viewed the fragility of athletic careers. The fact that someone so seemingly invincible could be brought down by a single moment on the field was a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly everything can be taken away. Bo's retirement left a gaping hole in the sports world. Fans were left to wonder what could have been had Bo remained injury-free. The what-ifs became the conversation. What if Bo Jackson had stayed healthy? What if he had continued to dominate both the NFL and MLB for years to come? The world would never know the full extent of his potential, and that uncertainty only amplified the sense of loss. Bo Jackson was, and still is, remembered as a symbol of greatness. But his tragic injury serves as a reminder that even the most extraordinary athletes are not invincible. That one moment, the snap of a joint, the collision on the field, was enough to cut short what could have been one of the most legendary careers in sports history. A hero's fall. Bo Jackson's story was not just one of triumph. It was a story of a rise to unimaginable heights, followed by a fall that was equally swift and tragic. What remains is not just the memory of a career that was cut short, but the legacy of a man who did the unthinkable and played two of the most demanding sports at the highest level. His injury may have ended his career, but it never diminished the greatness he achieved before it. The unwritten legacy, what could have been for Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's tragic injury in 1991 left an indelible mark on the sports world, a mark that was never fully realized. The question that echoes in the minds of fans and sports historians alike is, what could Bo Jackson have accomplished if not for that fateful moment? His unparalleled talent across two professional sports was a spectacle, one that was destined to carve out a legendary career. Unfortunately, an untimely injury closed the door on what could have been a career that transcended the limits of what we thought was possible for an athlete. A dual-sport dynasty left unfinished. The most significant what-if of Bo Jackson's career revolves around his dominance in both football and baseball. At the time of his injury, Jackson was still in the prime of his athletic abilities, having already proven his worth as an NFL Pro Bowler and an All-Star baseball player. In football, he was poised to become one of the all-time greats, combining raw power and lightning-fast speed. Had he stayed healthy, Jackson might have rewritten the record books in the NFL, pushing the limits of what a running back could achieve. With his devastating runs and ability to break tackles, he could have secured a Hall of Fame-worthy career and competed for an MVP award year after year. In baseball, Jackson was already a force to be reckoned with. His powerful bat and speed on the base paths made him one of the most exciting players of the late 80s and early 90s. He had the potential to dominate for another decade, possibly reaching 500 home runs or more, and would have been an MVP contender every year. His versatility as a player, capable of excelling in both sports, was a once-in-a-lifetime talent. Had he stayed healthy, he could have become one of the most beloved dual-sport athletes of all time, with an impact on both sports that would be unmatched. A career of comparisons, but never quite equaled. When looking at other legendary athletes who pursued dual careers, such as Deion Sanders, the comparisons become inevitable. Sanders managed to find success in both the NFL and MLB, but Jackson's physical tools were so much rarer. Had Jackson been given the same opportunities as Sanders, he might have gone on to redefine dual sport greatness. However, despite being one of the most physically gifted athletes of his era, Jackson's potential was never fully realized, and his career will forever be linked to a tragic accident that cut it short. The ripple effect, more than just an injury. The impact of Bo Jackson's injury went beyond his professional sports career. It altered his entire life. His once bright future in both football and baseball was abruptly taken from him, and the physical pain from the injury would linger, affecting his ability to move and live comfortably. The sense of loss for Jackson was not just that of missed accolades or personal achievement. It was the end of a career that could have redefined the meaning of greatness in sports. The injury didn't just affect his physical abilities, it marked the beginning of a new life for Jackson, one where he had to rebuild his identity without the sport that had defined him for so long. His dreams and ours were shattered in a single moment, leaving us to imagine a legacy that was never fully written. The world will never know what might have been, but Bo Jackson's brief, powerful career continues to serve as a reminder of what can happen when greatness is cut short by fate. Legacy of a legend, remembering Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson's career, though shorter than anyone could have hoped, is one that remains etched in sports history. Even though his time at the top of both the NFL and MLB was brief, the mark he left on both leagues and on the hearts of fans worldwide is undeniable. His legacy goes far beyond the moments of greatness he achieved on the field. Bo Jackson became an embodiment of raw athleticism, inspiring future generations to push the limits of what they could accomplish. Even though his career was cut short by injury, Jackson's impact on the world of sports is timeless, inspiring future generations. Bo Jackson's story is one of perseverance, dedication, and excellence. He showed the world that the boundaries between sports could be blurred, that it was possible to dominate in not one but two professional leagues. His extraordinary athletic abilities redefined what it meant to be an all-around athlete. Future generations of athletes, especially in football and baseball, looked up to him as the ultimate example of human potential. His unparalleled combination of strength, speed, and skill continues to serve as a benchmark for aspiring athletes in all fields. Though few have been able to replicate his success, Jackson's influence remains a powerful motivator, enduring admiration from fans and players. Even years after his playing days, Bo Jackson is still revered by both fans and former athletes. His incredible feats, like his iconic 91-yard touchdown run and his thunderous home runs, are immortalized in sports highlight reels. The aura surrounding his career, what he could have achieved if not for the injury, keeps his name alive in the sports conversation. Fans still celebrate his greatness, and his athletic feats continue to be discussed among the greatest of all time. In many ways, his what could have been story has only enhanced his legend, keeping the conversation about his potential alive for decades. Bo's contributions beyond retirement. Even after stepping away from professional sports, Bo Jackson never lost his connection to the world of athletics. Post-retirement, he became involved in various philanthropic endeavors, using his platform to raise awareness for causes close to his heart, such as youth sports and health initiatives. Jackson also made a name for himself in the world of business, supporting several initiatives that promote athletics, fitness, and well-being. He served as a mentor to young athletes and a source of inspiration for anyone chasing their dreams. His contributions to sports media, his advocacy for better youth programs, and his visibility in pop culture, through commercials, appearances, and his continued connection to the world of sports, ensure that Jackson's legacy remains vibrant and relevant. Bo Jackson might not have played as long as some of his peers, but his presence is still felt, and his influence continues to echo throughout the sports world. Honoring a true legend. While his career was tragically shortened, Bo Jackson's legacy is a reminder that greatness is not defined solely by the length of one's career, but by the impact they leave behind. He remains one of the most awe-inspiring athletes of all time, someone who defied the limits and showed the world the true extent of human potential. Though his story was cut short, the legend of Bo Jackson will never fade. Bo Jackson, a legacy that lives on. Bo Jackson's story is not one of mere athletic achievement, but of boundless potential and a career cut short by fate. His greatness still echoes across the worlds of football and baseball, a testament to what could have been. His legacy is more than just numbers and records. It's about the impact he had on fans, athletes, and the entire sports landscape. As we reflect on Bo Jackson's career, we are reminded of the power of the human spirit and the fleeting nature of greatness. His story speaks to the sacrifices, the hard work, and the sheer will that athletes pour into their crafts. His injury, while tragic, only enhances his mystique, leaving us to wonder what more he could have accomplished. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think about Bo Jackson's legacy? Which moment from his career stands out to you the most? Share your thoughts, memories, and feelings about how Bo's story shaped your view of sports, and let's continue to honor the incredible life of a true sports icon.